welcome to my channel. My friends call me Jelly. I've lost 181 pounds on a ketogenic journey. One day, I know I'll be able to say a different number, but that's why I'm stuck. Yep, totally stuck. So in the month of January, I just did a keto reset, doing higher fats than protein ratio. But not a big drastic higher difference. February was supposed to be my page 4 again. I lasted 3 days on it. Well, technically 4, because I started the day before, but I can't do veggies. They make me extremely sick. So yesterday I said I was going to do the macros of eating your goal weight in fat and half that in protein. One of my viewers suggested it. I think they got it from a different YouTuber. I don't know, because other people said another YouTuber had been doing those macros. I've seen some of her videos. I just didn't pay attention to her macros. But she switched yesterday back to the higher protein because she's determined to lose the last bit of her weight too. So it didn't work for her, I guess. And I'm hoping it'll work for me and not work for me. So, basically, what I'm going to do is have these macros, but if I don't reach that fat macro every day, I'm not going to torture myself, because yesterday was a nightmare. I felt like I was torturing myself trying to get that fat macro in. I know once I start eating some steak and stuff, it'll be easier, but I had chicken breasts I could have cooked, which I'll probably need to cook tonight. It has no skin on it. Even if I soak it with tons of butter, it's not going to get high enough. So, yeah, I ate a lot of butter yesterday. I didn't know how to get the fat in my house. I honestly don't do a lot of fat. I ate bacon, I ate eggs, butter. I can't do tons of cheese, and the truth is, now that I've done keto for a long time, I don't like just to sit and eat cheese anymore at all. That's it, and heavy whipping cream. I guess I could have made me a bowl of heavy whipping cream. However, I have to be careful with too much dairy too. The butter doesn't seem to affect me though. So that fat part is gonna be rough for me. So my weigh-in, let's go ahead and get to it. Because in case I ramble and no one wants to hear me ramble, my poor kid has her allergy testing today, so we have to get out of here soon anyways. So yesterday, you know, I had gotten really sick the day before, lost tons of weight from it. I got to 198 even. Well, today I went up 8 ounces to 198.8, which is okay because I lost that crazy flash by being sick. Also, my body seems to be going down the same set of pounds again, so nothing I can really do about it. My sugar was high this morning, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I remembered I used some French vanilla sucrose flavoring in my coffee yesterday. So I think if I have time today when I get home, I might do a test. I might make another coffee like that, test my blood sugar and ketones before, then test it 30 minutes, then test an hour after, if I have time. Because I need to know if I need to completely stay away from those. I didn't eat them at all, drink them at all, anything in the month of January. I haven't had them since probably the beginning of December, or if I go to Starbucks. So far, Starbucks only makes my blood sugar rise about 10 or so. It's also their heavy whipping cream, and trying to tell someone just to put a tablespoon in, even if you're eyeballing them, it's really hard for them. Even if you're like, stop, it's too late because they poured it over so much. So sometimes it's the heavy whipping cream that gets to me. So I don't know. We're gonna try the experiment today if I have time, if I remember. Hopefully I remember. Otherwise I'll have to make this part of the video over again so I don't look stupid. Right now I'm not focusing on ketones. I am focusing on my blood glucose, so blood sugar. I want to keep it 93 or below. That's my focus right now. And then hopefully, look, I was for sure I lost weight when I woke up, people. For sure. I have this little indent on both sides of my stomach right now that I never had before. And no, the front is not poofing out at all. And I was like, I've gone down in weight. No, but I probably went down in inches. Let me see if I can show you. I have my PJ bottoms on still. I have not put pants on. So I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's PJ pants. You probably can't see because it's black. But right here on both sides is this really big indent that wasn't there. So I'll take it as a win. My stomach also feels like it needs to be tighter, but it's looser right now, jigglier, because more of that fat is going away. Like, it was still hard from fat, and the more jiggly it gets, I realize the more inches I'm losing because more fat is coming out of it, which is what I want. And over time, hopefully, I won't have tons of loose skin. I don't know. I'm still nervous about that. I still got 50 pounds to go, so there is still 50 pounds of fat swelling on my skin. So I don't know. I just know it's not going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be, because I started off at 368 pounds. A stomach way, I can't even put my hands out how far my stomach was. And a big giant butt and hips that couldn't fit in movie theater seats or anything. Forget going on a plane. That would have never happened. Forget going into a porta potty. My butt wouldn't make it through the door, literally. I had to use the handicap stall, or otherwise I couldn't necessarily get in. And if I could, I was like a sardine stuffed between the two walls. So, yeah. And no, I did not sit and get fat from eating a whole pizzas at times, or whole cakes, or buckets of ice cream. No, this girl had polycystic ovary syndrome, type 2 diabetes, a whole bunch of crap comes with polycystic ovary syndrome. Fibromyalgia, also tested positive for 1 of 5 horrible autoimmune disease, including lupus, MS, Hashimoto, and the other 2 which I cannot pronounce. They were basically waiting to see which one I would end up with, which is kind of funny because one of y'all gave me a link to the sisters. I think they're called the Armstrong sisters, but that's not actually what, when you get to their YouTube channel, it's called something different. But they were diagnosed the same way I was. I had the same everything on that part, and they went carnivore and like killed themselves all up. Ketovores as much as I can go carnivore, because I still want my berries occasionally and they don't affect me. I still want my coffee. A lot of carnivores do not eat coffee. So ketovore is what I'm doing right now with the eat my fat and goal weight and half that in protein. So we're going to see. And I made sure that's enough protein for me, because I'm still 200 pounds. You still need a certain amount of protein. And it did. It equaled out the exact protein that I would need to stay healthy no matter what. Because I don't want to lose my hair. I don't want to mess up my skin or nothing. So, but it was interesting watching that video. So thank you for telling me to go check it out. And I totally lost train of thought. Yeah, see, they could think they didn't lose train of thought anymore. But my sinuses are also going crazy because the weather is crazy in North Carolina. We went from snowing with 20-degree weather a few days ago to hello 70 to 80-degree weather. And it's supposed to rain today, so I'm probably end up with a headache. But I need to shut up, take my medicines before I forget, which is my allergy meds, my Bystolate, because I have heart palpitations, and that's one of those kind of drugs that once you go on, you probably can never come off. But we have half the dose since starting keto, and I think I can half it again soon. So that's a miracle in itself. Not to mention, the 5 metformins are no longer being taken. The other blood pressure medicines are no longer being taken. There was a list of meds that I got to get rid of. So now I'm basically down to my allergy Claritin pill each day. I take 2 of them because I have severe allergies. They don't have to be taken. They're not I won't die without them, but I'll feel like I'm dying. So I don't consider that as one that I'm trying to get off of, because it's just allergies. I can't get off of it. Just how it works. And then I take my magnesium every night, and then that's it. So the Bistolic and the magnesium, because I don't do vegetables, the Claritin because of my stupid allergies. I've gotten off a lot of meds. Let me show you. So I have to fill these boxes up every single day because I'm forgetful. Well, I couldn't close these babies because there were so many pills in them. It was impossible to close them. So keto alone doing that for me has made me so happy. Not to mention that I am no longer forced to stay in a chair, because if I stand for more than 5 to 10 minutes, I fall and hit my head, my leg would go numb, I would be in shooting pain. I mean, that's changed. My bed is so huge now, it's ridiculous. I have to sleep on a part of my bed I don't like to, just because I was 368 pounds sleeping on the edge of the bed, so that whole section is more like, it's like this now, and because I've gotten so small, it's like I'll roll off if I go too close to that edge anymore. But no, I'm not buying a new bed, because that bed is a very expensive bed that I love to death, and as long as I sleep on the other side, I'm perfectly fine. Maybe one day I will meet friends or someone who can help me turn the bed over. I don't know. There's no way. It's like a 200-something pound bed. It's one of the pillow tops on each side is the 16 inches or so pillow top on each side. It's very heavy. I don't even know how we got in this house 4 years ago. But we did, but no one is in shape enough to do that anymore. I weighed 368 pounds, and I had all my weight behind me when I would lift and drag stuff. I can't drag anything anymore. I have no push anymore. I'm too light, and I don't have enough strength to do it. So yeah, I'm sucking. But I'm going to shut up, finish getting dressed, take my daughter to her allergy test today and tomorrow. She was going to go to school this morning, but ended up being very sick because she hasn't had her allergy meds in 7 days, and she has really bad allergies. So it's kicking her butt, and she is miserable. So I'm going to see if there's anything we could happen to cook her that she won't have a reaction to. She's allergic to so much stuff, it's ridiculous, worse than me, people. And hers is, without her medicine, her allergy gets even way worse than mine. So it just becomes a nightmare. So I will talk to y'all in just a little bit, and don't worry, I will show you everything I eat today, which I have to figure that out because this whole new macro ratio is throwing me for a trip. All right, so this is my morning glucose test. I've been up for 30 minutes doing my makeup, so I'm not sure if it will change the results from moving around a little. Maybe I've only been up 20 minutes. I don't know. I'm still half asleep. All right, we're starting at 100, which has got to be the Motrin because I didn't eat much yesterday. Like, I don't know. We're not even going to worry about the ketones right now. I don't want to waste the strips. If you're above 93, it's highly unlikely that you have ketones. All right, let's just do it. We'll just waste it, but to prove my point, because I don't want tons of people yelling, you could still have ketones. Let's see. Let's see if those people that would yell at me would be right or wrong. My body also does not want to bleed today. Like, I put myself like 10 times trying to make myself bleed. But this finger's doing better. Yeah, so usually 0.5 is ketosis, everyone says, and if I was to put this in that meter, it would probably say 20 something. It'd say I am not in ketosis according to my GKI. So yeah, but that's okay. It's completely okay. The blood sugar one is what I'm worried about. Okay, so I'm trying something new right now. I have 9 eggs broken into this, and I'm just going to mix these all up. So basically my pancake mix that I make every morning, I'm going to try making them into muffins. I was going to try with some cream cheese, but I am out of it. So this is a spearmint, and we're going to give it a try. I'm putting 3 tablespoons of my heavy whipping cream. This is the brand that I use. I think I need to raise this higher. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and mix that. I try to mix each step just to make sure I'm getting it all in there together. Now we're going to take my monk fruit extract. So I normally put 5 drops per 3 eggs. And since I have 9, we're gonna go with maybe a little less than 15. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We'll just go with 15. It's really hard to measure with that kind. We're gonna do some salt just a few times around. I love my Himalayan salt. We're going to grab my donut glaze. It is my favorite. Maple was my favorite until I tried this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm definitely doing 15, so a whole dropper. Because I do 5 to 10 for just my pancakes. I'm actually going to stick in some maple as well. Just a couple. So we got 5, 6, 7 big one. One really long one. And we're gonna sprinkle in some cinnamon. And I just sprinkle it in, to be truthful. I never measure my cinnamon. It's just how I roll. I never get enough to count as a carb anyways. Okay, now we are doing 3 tablespoons of coconut flour because we did 9 eggs. Remember, I'm making these into little muffins. 1. Doesn't want to stick. 2. 3. And for anyone who's never seen it before, I will show you my little, if I can get the twist. This is what I have on my counter. I cook a lot. It makes life easier. It's just me and my daughter here, so why not? These are all my fake sugars, my xanthan gum, or more natural sugar than fake, coconut, flour, all my little extracts, everything's there for me. Just how I like it. All right, so back down to this. So I'm gonna sit here and make a mess and mix this up, and I'll show you the next step. All right, so this is my Dollar Tree muffin pan. Literally got it for $1. I'm just gonna spray a little olive oil. You can use whatever kind you like. I'm allergic to avocado and stuff. I haven't seen a coconut spray one. I don't even know if that's possible to make. Olive oil is not the best tasting thing to put on the bottom. So I'm doing this a tiny bit. I've never done it before, so I guess different doesn't really matter because I've never done it. So I have some erythritol powder, and I'm just going to sprinkle a tiny bit on the bottom of each one. Maybe it'll help it not taste like the olive oil. Just a tiny bit. And it'll give it a little sweetness on the bottom. I think this is 1 teaspoon. And I just, sprinkle it on each one. This is, like I said, experiment. I have no clue what's going to come out like. Let's put a little in each one. I probably should have had 2 pans. I mean, it's from the Dollar Tree. You can always go get another one for $1, right? I have a little tiny baby muffin pan that holds a lot more. Maybe I'll try that one next time. I don't want to overfill it and make a big mess. All right, those look even. I have tons of mix left. So I think I will do some in this. I've done something similar before in one of these. Can it fill it? Yeah, I think we can fill it. Okay, this one, I'm going to sprinkle some more cinnamon on the top of this one right here. I like cinnamon, and I think that would taste yummy. So, I'm going to stick these in the oven. I'm not sure what temperature yet. Once I figure that out, I'll let y'all know. Okay, for dinner, I'm making this porterhouse in the oven. I've heated the oven to 450, and I had my cast iron skillet in there. Now, I've salted this side with Himalayan, and I'm just going to throw it in there. So, this is hot from the oven. I have to remember that when placing it back. I'm going to add a little more Himalayan salt, and then I'm going to throw it into the oven. I'm going to show you my blood glucose and ketones I just did. Yeah, the video explains it. Okay, it is almost 4 p.m. I had my coffee hours ago, literally like at 12 something. So I haven't eaten anything or drank anything other than water for probably 4+ hours, close to 5 really. So we are probably 4. We're going to take my blood sugar. Remember, we started off this morning at 100. I've only had my collagen coffee, so we are at 93. That's acceptable. We will go ahead and do a ketone. I have a lot of ketones and glucose strips, I think, because for the next month, I just want to do some experimenting. Okay. Still saying no ketones. Now you're going to do the math. There's no reason to. We'll talk about it in a second. Okay, so the glucose was fine. It was 93. I wanted 93 or lower, so I was happy. Of course, the ketones is what? 3? 0.3, which a lot of people say that's not really ketosis. But I'm okay with that. I feel fine. I know I didn't over my carbs yesterday or anything. I did say I was going to do a test on that French vanilla, and I forgot to do it. Maybe I'll still have time later. So right now I am having my second collagen coffee of the day. This one is different. It's 1.5 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of whipping cream, 1 scoop of my collagen, 1 pack of my Sweet and Low. I used the submergent blender thingy. It made a huge mess everywhere. I won't be using that again. It just sucked. I think it's because of the shape of the cup. It sucked it down and I couldn't get it to come back up without a mess, even turning it off. It was just like a suction force. It was crazy. So, yeah, so this is a very high fat coffee. It has 33 grams of fat in it, 300 calories, and let me see, 2 carbs, 2 total carbs in it. So, I am using it kind of like a fat bomb. I am cooking dinner right now. I'm actually making some new little thing in the oven too. Let me show you what I'm cooking. So yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. As soon as it's done, I will let you know how long I cooked it. I am cooking it at 350. The steak, I started the oven out at 450 and just lowered the oven right before I put these in. So the oven is quite hot. So I don't think it's going to take that long to cook. So far, I set Google for 10 minutes. So we'll check it in 10 minutes to see what it's looking like. Or at least I will. I probably won't bring the camera over there. So I'm enjoying the coffee. That's all I've had today is 2. Let me tell you about my experience. First of all, my daughter's back. I doubt she'll let me put a picture in, so I'm not going to. She got tested for 75 outdoor environment, including cats and dogs. I think birds, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look and see tomorrow. They're going to give me the whole paperwork. I knew which one was cats and dogs. Oh my gosh, it was so easy. Like, bam, immediately, they're the hugest ones on her. No one had to tell me. I told them, I'm like, I bet y'all that's the cats and dogs, isn't it? Yeah, she's allergic to everything. So I see a trip every week to the allergist for the next 5 years for allergy shots. We tried it when she was younger. It didn't work out. After 2+ years, they couldn't get any higher on her. So they just gave up and said maybe when she's older, it'll work better. And they were closing down. Come to find out, they just weren't telling anyone they were closing down. So I have a feeling they're going to tell me tomorrow that we're going to have to do allergy shots, which is a nightmare because she has horrible reactions to them. But she's always sick. She can't go outside without getting sick. Even having my windows open can cause her to get sick. Everything does. She's highly allergic. It's insane. Tomorrow is the food allergy test. So on the way home, she was starving. She hadn't eaten today. So I'm like, well, let's go to Wendy's. I can get me a Baconator. I order her and my dad's food. Oh my gosh, so she's allergic to mayonnaise and tomato. So, well, she's not allergic to tomato. She just hates it so much it makes her throw up. But she is allergic to the mayonnaise. It has eggs. So, I'm sitting there. I'm like, I would like a spicy chicken sandwich with no mayo, no mayonnaise. And they were like, ringed it up normal. I'm like, no mayonnaise, no tomato. And they're like, oh, no lettuce? No mayonnaise, no tomato. They're like, oh, so you just want lettuce and a bun and no chicken? No, I want the chicken, the bun, and the piece of lettuce. Oh, so you want tomato and mayonnaise? By this point, I have already decided that these people are so bored with their life that they are literally standing inside bedding and turning the mic off and laughing and doing this on purpose. Yes, I believe now that they were sitting there wondering how many things they had to say until they brought the Karen out of me. I think it's a game now because this happens all the time that I ended up couldn't order my food because they did not understand a Baconator with no ketchup and no bun. That was just impossible because they think I'm paying $8 for a spicy chicken sandwich that's nothing but bun and lettuce. I'm talking about not even the spicy chicken. Okay, so I've decided all these people who repeat your order wrong to you over and over again is turning their mics off and going, watch this, I can make that girl go crazy. I didn't lose my temper even though I wanted to get out and slap her and be like, why do you have a job? You know what I'm saying. I know you're playing mind games with me. I have decided that that's what they all do. They're all completely bored and they're just going to mine F us in the drive-thru. Because, first of all, every time I order myself food, forget it. Okay, Google, stop. Forget it. It's always wrong. They never get my food right. So since they were getting hers so crazy wrong, in the end, it was right, thank God, there was no way they could even begin to get mine. They did not understand it at all, not even a tiny bit. And I truly don't believe they didn't understand it. I truly believe they were betting and wanting me to go off like they're bored and it's their new game. That is my new theory, and I'm going to win the bet every time and never go off. I didn't go off. Even if I wanted to explode, I didn't. I just came home. It's 2 hours later, and I made me a coffee. And yeah, I was starving at the time, but that frustration got to me so much that I just drank some water and started my videos because I was like, I can't even eat right now. That was so ridiculous. So I'm going to shut up and go check on that real fast and see how it's coming along. The muffins are beginning to rise like a muffin. The little loaf thingy, it has not looked cooked at all, not even a tiny bit. So I have a feeling that's going to take longer and the muffins will be done sooner. I'm not really sure they will actually stay muffins. They might go flat because it's so much egg. You could have done this recipe with 9 eggs and 6 tablespoons of the coconut flour, which is probably what I should have done. But we're trying it with the 3 tablespoons of coconut flour. I'm trying to take my pancake recipes and turn them into muffins, basically, and a loaf, to see what it turns out to. And then I'll know my macros on them easy. But I'm gonna try next time I get some strawberries and blackberries. I'm thinking about making them really, really thin, because the other night I made some really thin ones and they rolled up perfectly. And I'm thinking about taking some cream cheese, some of that erythritol, maybe a little monk fruit, blend it together to make a little cream cheese filling, throw it into one of those crepe-like pancake things I make, throw in some strawberries and blackberries. Like, I made this up in my head last night in my sleep. So yes, I make up recipes in my sleep all the time, people. Like, this is not a new thing. Even before keto, I used to do this. Now my AC has come on and it's going to cost me money, so I need to get my butt up and go turn it off because I have my windows open. I'm going to let y'all just take a peek of them really fast. I got my steak cooking for dinner. You see the muffins are rising. This is starting to rise a little. I hope they taste as good as they look. I want to have them with my dinner. So I'm going to show y'all the porch during the day. It's prettier at night. I need to do some work on it. I need to get a spring tablecloth for over here. I also have a second one that when we do the Easter dinner, we usually do it outside. It's usually warm enough, and I pull it out and it's longer, and I have multiple chairs, and I throw one tablecloth over it, and then the whole family, well, the grown-ups can eat there, and then I throw the kids over here. So this is just a normal wicker couch for outside. This is actually a futon for outside. It lays all the way down into a bed. It also, these feet things actually go to it at the end, but it makes it stick way out here, like it covers this whole area. So I did it like this so that the one area does have a little foot thing, and then that some of the kids can sit on, because the kids like that kind of stuff. Also, let me show you my Dollar Tree find. I got these at the Dollar Tree yesterday. I absolutely love them. They are so pretty. If you have gardens or anything, you can just throw them down. They had a bunch of other ones too. I love my Dollar Tree, so yeah. Also, I pick up these kind of things at Dollar Trees, the little wind chimes. Those flowers all came from Walmart last year. The sun got to them a little, but they are still holding strong, especially this one. The sun didn't really get to that one too much. But yeah, this is my porch. I love it at night way more than the day. I have a nice little carpet so you can go barefoot. But I opened it up more. I originally had the couches going like this, one here, one back there, and it separated the porch, and I couldn't see when the kids made messes. Now I can actually see the ground and come out here and clean it up, hopefully before it stains. I did get most of the hair dye off. You can see a little purple left. Thank God for vinegar. Vinegar is my best friend. Vinegar and baby wipes, people, is for the win. So I want to show you my bamboo plant. When I got her 2 years ago, she was so tiny, like a little tiny baby. She barely showed at the top of her thingy, and she has gone through my weight loss journey with me. As I get smaller, she has gotten way bigger. So I got her just to have something to remind myself as she got bigger that I would get smaller, and it actually worked. And I just can't believe how big she's gotten. And she has to stay there though, because it's the only place that gets the correct amount of sunlight. I have no other windows that will give her the right amount of sunlight. She has to have sunlight, but it has to be to the side, so I leave that window curtain open 24/7 so that she can live and survive. And I've never been able to get a plant to survive. I've had bamboos before and they have died on me, but she's been holding strong with me through my whole entire keto journey. I've had her, so yeah. Taking the steak out, I've had the drippings from the steak still in here, all its grease. And I have thrown in about 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. And I'm just bringing it to a bowl, and then I'm going to throw in some xanthan gum. I'm going to start with half a teaspoon. Maybe I'll start with a 1/4 teaspoon. It might not take that much. Can't even talk today, people. So we're going to start with a 1/4 teaspoon and kind of just sprinkle it in, because we're just using it to thicken it up. we're going to make a gravy. So I'm going to pay attention and make this, and then I will show y'all the end results. I didn't need any more xanthan gum at all. It made it a little too thick, so I threw in some water, probably about a 1/4 cup or a little more. I chopped the steak up. I threw it in there with some salt and pepper. This will probably be something I give my dad. I'm going to eat some of it, but I totally forgot I couldn't have pepper when I went and made it. So, I do have some steak left over. I'm going to weigh it out and see if that's enough protein for the day. But yeah, we're going to check the oven too while we're at it. Ooh, these things are looking yummy. Next time I'm going to try adding some baking soda. I think that's the problem. It seems to cave in kind of like my pancakes do after I take them off. They're huge and then the air just gets sucked right out of them. So yeah, so next time I'm going to do something like that. This is not pretty to look at, but I have 6 ounces of porterhouse with the fat on. We'll see if I eat that part. And then I have 3 of those little things that came out of the oven. Like I said, they flatten really bad. I think I prefer them as pancakes. But I was trying to come up with something that's fast and simple. Cream cheese would have helped. Baking soda would have helped. But I was trying not to use either one, and I'm out of cream cheese. So this is what I'm having for dinner. It's a lot of calories on this plate. This version is weird. I'm not used to eating so many calories. I'm not used to eating so much fat. This might be harder than I thought it was.